We Predacons forbid you to watch this video if you are under the age of 13. That means you must click the box and exit the video. Yes. But if you continue to watch, it shall avail you not. No. For now the power gauntlet has been cast. Predacons, terrorize!
Hey everyone, welcome back to Input, and in this review, we're going to be taking a look at the Walgreens exclusive Transformers Generations Earthrise Bluestreak. Let's dig into it. Now, as you guys can see, I have three versions of the character here. I have the Masterpiece from Takara, which was named Streak. I have a Silver Streak here from the Generations line, and now I have the new one here from Earthrise. I do not have the Siege one. I skipped the Siege one. But if you guys saw my live stream on Instagram yesterday, the live unboxing and live customization tutorial to customize the exhaust tips, then I had discussed a few things about the car mode itself. Now, a lot of people will say that, and this is the reason why I'm starting off in car mode than robot mode like I normally do, because I have a lot to say about the car mode. A lot of people will assume that this is based on the Datsun 240Z, Fairlady Z, the 240, the 260, the 280. Reason why it's got so many different names is because of the engine size that this body style had here in the States. But just saying, I'm probably just gonna refer to it as one of those three off and on, just so you guys are aware. But this is based on the Japanese body style, because you can tell by the fender mirrors instead of the door mirrors that this figure has in car mode. As you can see, this is the 240Z Fairlady, 100%. This is, a lot of people are speculating that this is based on this. The reason why I don't think it is because Nissan, a few months ago, had unveiled a concept car for what they called the 400Z, which this looks more like to me than anything. The way the taillights are structured on the back, the way the whole rear end is structured, and everything else, the way the license plate sits down here on the bottom where it says Z on the concept car and stuff. I really think that this is based more on the 400Z concept car, which within its own right is a retro throwback to the 240Z. Now, all of that information out of the way, as a side note, the Generations one is based off of the Nissan 350Z, which again is a Fairlady, which I think we all kind of knew, but you know, just to cover all bases there. So I think it's really cool that we have a good majority of Nissan Fairlady representation in the Transformers line with the 240, the 350, and now what I believe is the 400. Now the only thing that I did notice about the car mode that this has, that the 400 does not, is that exterior crash bar right here. But even on the original one, as you can see, it's more of a squared off look versus a rounded look. So I'm thinking this might be some kind of Nismo edition type of look to it or something, you know, with the spoiler and then the crash bar, the exterior crash bar look and stuff. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that real quick before we dived into the actual car mode itself. So now that we got all of the semantics out of the way, let's set these off to the side and let me show off this car mode. This car mode is done very, very well. I think it looks so much better than the Siege figure did, and that's why I don't own the Siege molds. So I only own the one, and it's Barricade. I do not own the other ones, so Prowl and Smokescreen in them. But this is my first Siege Datsun mold, and I absolutely like it. I love the way the car mode looks. I do love the way everything kind of sticks together. And what I really like the most is that the interior, you can see straight through it. There's no robot head or anything. It actually does look like that somebody could sit in there and feasibly drive it. Now, I know you do have this giant red section kind of sitting there and blocking view and stuff, and that kind of breaks up the realism. But I mean, it's got to go somewhere. But I'm just saying, I do appreciate the fact that for the most part, the cab on the inside, the cockpit of the car, is completely see-through. I think that's a really nice touch. The robot mode, I will say, in this hides away extremely, extremely well. Now, you know, you do have the robot head here, but everything else, you don't really get the sense of a robot tucked underneath here. At least I don't get that. The weapons do plug in right here on the hood. Classic Transformers Datsun weapon location. And the classic blaster on the roof. Most of it is painted. Everything that's black is painted black. This dark smoked gunmetal gray is paint as well. It is cast in this gray plastic. So everything that's not this gray plastic is paint. The wheels are painted silver, but cast in the black plastic. Something I wish Hasbro and Takara would do is, after they put the wheels on, is paint the center parts right here where it clips, just to kind of give a better uniformity to the wheel. But that's just me. But yeah, that's the car mode. I think it looks super, super slick. Love it. And yeah, and you guys got weapon storage on the car right there. So let's dig into bot mode, shall we? Alright guys, so here we have his bot mode. I transformed the other two as well to kind of give you guys an idea of what he might look like side by side with his fellow brethren, or maybe a size comparison for you guys who have a Masterpiece one, or maybe that you guys are thinking about this one and getting rid of this one, or just having an update or something like that, or whatever. So yeah, these are just in here for comparison, just to kind of show you guys. So let's talk about his bot mode now. His bot mode, just simply put, man, they crushed it. This is an incredible update to the G1 figure, and it does harken back to the Masterpiece figure as well. There's a lot of cool things going on. You know, you do have the ankle tilt here. Just a bunch of really, really neat ideas going on, and I love the way that the color flows on this guy. Now, it is very much Bluestreak, but the colors they chose really pop, right? He's not like this silver grayish color. He is just this matte gray, and he's got this very vibrant red where the red is. It's just done, the color choice is done extremely well. I love the way the chest has this slight slope down to it compared to just sticking straight out like the G1 and Masterpiece one. It just has that slight slope down. I think that's a really nice touch as well. The door wings, everything about this bot mode, man, it just comes together really, really well. They even, and I mistransformed it a little bit, they even tried to hide the hollow insides as well. I mean, A for effort there, guys. I really do applaud that. So the feet don't look so, you know, like so hollow or anything. Like I said, I do applaud that. They did do something similar on the Masterpiece version as well with the flap. And so a lot of the engineering here, I feel like, is borrowed from the Masterpiece version of the Datsun mold. Just a really nice update. Now, one thing is the forearms is painted red right here. These little center arm sections, forearm sections are painted red. But that's really the only part of the body in this mode that's painted, except for where, you know, the roof is painted black and stuff. So everything that's new in this mode, so the arms and the legs and the waist and everything, they are not painted. They're just molded in that plastic. Now, my only complaint with the figure is longevity. They used clear plastic for the knees on down, or for the knees and the shin area. Clear plastic over time does have a tendency to crack and break and everything. And they did the same thing with the Datsun molds from Siege. Now, I would have preferred solid plastic, straight down, and then just have the windows blacked out. I would have preferred that. I get why they did this so you could have a clear window. So I feel like they could have done it differently. You know, this piece could have been a clear piece of plastic, and the rest of it been this solid, you know, like a solid piece of gray plastic. But that's not what they didn't do that, and that's my really only complaint is how long are these figures for the Siege Datsun and for the Earthrise Datsuns? How long are they going to last because they're made out of clear plastic? Now, in the age that we do live in, I could definitely see somebody coming along and doing some kind of molding or upgrade kit or something like later on down the line if these start to break and the clear plastic becomes an issue. I could see someone doing like a fix or something, like replacement parts, just because of the era and the day that we live in now. So yeah, that's my only downside to the figure. Otherwise, I think he looks great. Yeah. But I'll be right back with final thoughts, guys. Alright, guys. Final thoughts on this figure. Man, he is done extremely well. And if you guys listen to the Tales from Teletran podcast every Saturday night, right here on the Input channel, from the hours of 2 to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, then you guys would know that we call the Earthrise figures essentially baby masterpieces. And I think this is just a really, really awesome update to the figure. It is a Walgreens exclusive, so if you guys can get a hold of it, great. I wouldn't pay scalper pricings. It was available on their website for about a day or so before it got sold out, but I was able to find mine no problems. Keep on the hunt, keep an eye out, and I'm sure you guys will be able to find him. If you guys can't find him, I recommend the mold overall. So whether if you get Barricade or Prowl or Bluestreak here or Smokescreen, I recommend the mold. It's a great mold. It's a great update to the G1 styling, and it's a great update to Siege. And like I said, it's a baby masterpiece. You can't go wrong with that. So yeah, highly recommended. I do like the figure. I do love the mold quite a bit. So yeah, hard recommend from me for the mold. If you guys can find any one of them. So yeah, if you find any one of them, just grab it, pick it up. So yeah, that'll be it for this review. So stay safe out there, guys. I love all of you. And I'll see you guys next video. And as always, say it with me, everybody. Cut it out. Later.